Anthony Hartwig here with a Crestview Volleyball Coach's Corner with Alisha Auer. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thanks for having me on the show.
And here we go. It's the fourth year in a row we're talking about a district championship. How's that feel to know that you are the only sport in the Crestview athletics department that has won 4 district championships in a row?
It's amazing. It's funny, in the gym we have all the signs up and you see all the district champions and all the league champions. And I mean, we have 4 signs for volleyball, and then the championships just keep racking up. And I'm just so proud of the kids. They really take pride in knowing that they're a part of this program that has had so much success and so many victories and so many championships.
You know, one of the things I've talked to a couple of your players about is walking into that gym and seeing that banner and seeing how many district championships have already been won and knowing the tradition of this program. And it seems like every freshman that pops in, they never feel that pressure. They never feel like they have to be the ones to hold it up. Where do you think that comes from?
You know, we have a very strong program from junior high up. I think our junior high coaches do a great job of getting the kids to really love volleyball and have fun and learn the basic skills. And then Sarah Finch runs a fantastic freshman program, just gets them a lot of reps, a lot of experience. Then we move into JV, where we have a ton of success. Casey does a nice job. Coach Cross does a nice job. So by the time they get to varsity, I mean, they know the program, they know what's expected, they know how to work hard, they know the skills, and they just love to play.
With all of that, how hard is it to juggle like who's going to be on your varsity roster at times?
You know, it's tough, but I think everybody understands that it's a very high level program. So you might not get on the varsity court until your senior year, and even at that point, you may have a limited rule. I mean, obviously, we got to take the kids with the skills and we move them up. But all those kids that are building their skills and getting more experience, they know that the end goal is to be on the varsity court. And a perfect example of that is this year. I have 5 seniors, and none of them played varsity last year. This year, they all play a very important role in the team that we've put together to get this far. So, I mean, they've been working hard for years, and I'm very happy for them that they get the opportunity to be at this level.
Let's talk about what we have you on for, which is this district tournament that you guys just won. 4 in a row, yes, but you can dispute me if you think I'm wrong. I think it's the hardest bracket you've ever been in those
I do.
4 districts.
We've had very tough games in districts as far as like the whole district semi and district finals. That was loaded. That was a definite tough bracket. Very fun volleyball, though.
I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find another bracket in the state that features 4 state ranked teams in the district. And that's what you guys were in. Let's talk about this Lakeview game first. You guys come out against Lakeview. You set the tone. You know, you win set 1 very close. You win set 2 very close. It seemed like you guys were really aggressive in your mindset. You wanted to be aggressive in that game. You wanted to come out aggressive. And at times, you were definitely the more aggressive team on the court. How proud were you of that mindset, coming out and just being the more aggressive team, especially when it mattered the most?
Very proud of the kids. They knew that it was going to be a tough game. They knew what Lakeview had to offer. Lakeview's a solid team. They have a very strong offense. We knew what was coming, and we knew what we had to do to be able to match up with them. Our girls followed the game plan. We served aggressively. We knew where their hitters were. We put up a solid block. I think that's probably one of the most statted blocks that we've had in a match, and that was our focus at practice. That was our focus coming in, is touch as many balls as we can, slow down their offense, and be aggressive on ours. It worked.
All right, so you didn't. No one can stop Tara Lytle, but you slowed her down a little bit. 16 kills, which is below her season average for in a match. So, what were some of the game plans? Obviously, Lakeview has some of the more dominant middles. Even when Tara's not in, you bring in Reagan Price, and so many teams this year on their schedule have really had trouble defending the middle. With those two, what were some of the game plans that you had to kind of slow down this strong middle attack that you don't see a lot in volleyball at this level?
Well, I'm gonna say it. I think I have the strongest middle around. I think Abby Emsch is undoubtedly one of the best players, one of the best middles, one of the best front row players that we've seen around. So Abby knew her job was to get on Tara, and Abby and Tara have a love-hate relationship. They practice together in club all season, and they go after each other. So Abby knew that she had to slow Tara down, and she did a great job.
And then I think what gets teams, and it didn't get you guys, is they just have another one they rotate in when she's out. So what was that kind of like, going up against a team that, like, it wasn't done when they're one middle rotating out and you had to go up again with another one? Because once again, it's a thing you don't see too much at this level.
Right. And that was our focus. We knew that they were very middle dominant. So defensively, we knew we had to dig. We got Reagan on a few blocks, but I think we dug her a lot more than we dug Tara. We blocked Tara more than we blocked Reagan. So it was kind of the defensive players really keyed up, and my blockers really focused on trying to get the touches so we could slow the hits down and turn it into our offense.
That's what I really want to talk about. Your defense and your serve receive just made the offense work so well. And I know I talked to you after the game. You were so proud of your back row. I said it up to that point. I think it was the best I've seen your back row play all season. They played a little bit better against Kirtland even, which is hard to imagine. But in that Lakeview game, I mean, the back row was just on point. What did you see from your defensive players in that Lakeview game?
We controlled the ball. We serve received very well. When we weren't able to pass perfect, we were able to pass playable, and that was the goal. Defensively, we were low. We were ready for the ball. I love postseason practice. We can really focus on specific things that we want to work on, and defense was one of them, and the girls did it. I mean, they were ready.
One more thing I want to talk to you about that Lakeview game, obviously dropping the third set the way it went down. You guys came right back in the fourth set and looked like you did in the first two. What were some of the talks and the timeouts and in between sets that really got you guys to flip that switch back on and get right back to where you were in the first two?
Just that, I mean, no one expected that to be a sweep either way. We knew it was going to be fourth volleyball. So not to worry, not to stress out, just to refocus, get back on our game. We knew Lakeview was a very good team, and we knew that they were going to score their points. Fortunately, it was only the third set that hurt us. We bounced back, and we got back on our game plan.
Actually, I lied because there's one more thing I want to talk about, which is making plays down the stretch. Obviously, your team is very experienced in tournament play, especially in district semifinals, district championships, regionals. Do you think that experience came in down the stretch of making those clutch plays when you needed them, when it was tied at 23, tied at 22, those type of plays when you need the points?
Absolutely. The last 5 points of the Kirtland game were phenomenal. Great. Sorry, my dog is barking. Seth, they're having a little dog wrestling in my living room. Sorry about that. But hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm back. No, the last 5 points of Kirtland, I watched Grace just take charge. She just got super focused, super intent, like played with such grit that she was going to put the ball away. That's the experience that I think drives us. That those kids just know the end. They know they want to get there. They want to focus hard and win. And they did a great job.
All right, so let's talk about that. Oh my God, we love dog cameos, that's for sure. But that Kirtland game, you look at their stats that for that game, they were a lot balanced. I mean, they came out with 24, and she was doing well, but then you guys started to slow her down, so they just went to 25, and they could go to 10 if they had to. What was the game plan with Kirtland and trying to slow them down with a little bit maybe more of a balanced offense than you saw from Lakeview?
Right. They were very outside dominant. They went outside, right side, outside, right side. They ran their middle very rarely. So that was a whole different blocking focus for us. I don't know if you noticed how I would switch Abby to the right side, switch Abby to the left side, switch Grace to the right side, switch Grace to the left side. I was trying to key up my block with their strongest hitters, and it worked. We blocked very well against them. Ashley Hodge had a stellar game. She had 5 blocks on the night. Ashley's able to play middle and right side. And Ash is a kid who's been working hard all season, and she's really peaking right now. So that was a very big benefit to us playing Kirtland.
One of the things that I loved watching was you guys made adjustments to things that they were trying to attack you with. They were, I think in the first set, I must have said like 5 times down the right side line, boom, boom, boom. But then that stopped working for them. And you guys were making defensive adjustments. And I'm sure those are things that the kids are able to do on the fly because you only have 2 timeouts. They have to be able to read that and make adjustments themselves. How good is this team at being able to do that and not having to have you tell them what adjustments need to be made?
This team's a really cool group because I'll give them a game plan and they follow it. I mean, there's years where you give a game plan and the kids look at the paper, but they don't really translate it to the floor. This team does. They make adjustments very quickly. They're able to play multiple positions. And if we started getting beat early on the tip, so we immediately make that change. Maddie Davis was blocking and she saw the tip and pulled back and played it on her own. And that's just court awareness and adjusting to what the other team was doing. And they did a great job of that. That was cool to see.
All right, so I did talk to one of your captains, Meredith Hart, just before I started to interview you. I want to give you the chance to talk about her and what she means to this team because I think there are a lot of players that do a lot of the dirty work in this program that don't get the stats in the article and don't get the shout outs in the articles, but definitely are so important, especially if you watch the film of this team. So she's one of them as a captain. I want to give you the chance to just kind of talk her up a little bit.
Oh, Meredith's fantastic. She is a hard worker, always gives 100%. You know, you're not going to see Meredith's name in the newspaper for stats very often. She plays back row only. She's a very good defensive player. Serve receive's come a long way since last year. She's doing great. She plays her role. But what Meredith brings to the team is just energy and positivity, and she's such a good teammate. And when it comes down to the wire, I mean, she makes big plays. She in the last 2 matches has made huge digs in the game winning. I think the final point of set 1 in Kirtland, Meredith made a great dig that we were able to get a kill off of. So she does her job, and she is such an emotional leader on this team. I know last year I dressed her varsity. She didn't get to play in the tournament, but she was on the bench and was one of the loudest, most excited kids in the game or on the bench. And she's just a wonderful kid. I'm just very thrilled that she's having this experience, and she's just doing a great job.
All right, so here we go. Another trip to Barberton. You guys have been there before, that's for sure. What I asked some of your players this too. What are some of the experiences that you think you're going to lean on from the last 3 trips down there to help with preparing for this one?
We always run into a very strong team. I mean, it's regionals, it's going to happen. But it always feels like we match up with the strongest team there first, which can be a little bit overwhelming. So I know last year we ran into Independence, who ended up going to state. The year before we went to Smithville. We didn't show up too well that game, but we were nervous, and so last year we showed up nervous. That one was horrible, and then we started to play. And so I'm really hoping that the kids that played last year can pick up where they left off. And with this group, I'm very confident that they will. They are true competitors. They love to play the game. It's amazing how consistent my stat leaders are. I mean, Abby and Grace are very consistent. They have very high hitting percentages. Lainey, freshman, oh my goodness, she's running the court as a setter, defensive. They're just all playing so high right now, and they're playing like this night after night after night. Like the level that they are able to play at consistently, I'm hoping that continues on through Thursday, and we start off strong, and we don't let late get ahead of us, and the nerves don't play into factor, that we just play our game like you've seen us play the past few matches.
How have you balanced the confidence that the way you guys played down there last year can bring, going 5 sets with Independence being 2 points away, with also kind of sending the message that it's a brand new game? You don't get anything from playing well down there last year. It starts 0-0. You have to go and you do it again. So how have you balanced trying to give them confidence from that, knowing that they're a team that can go and compete down there and having tangible proof of that, with also knowing that it's not just gonna go out there and just magically happen. You have to go and work as hard as you did last year.
I think last year proved to them that we belong there, that we do play at a high level. And I mean, we're from a rural area. We don't have big cities. We don't have lots of super strong teams to play against all season long. And I mean, Mentor Lake Catholic has a very, very tough schedule. They play strong team after strong team after strong team. And I think sometimes people think, those small schools, they're overrated. They have a good record, but they don't play anybody good, or anybody, like the Division I teams that Lake Catholic gets to play. But I mean, I think last year we really proved that we're a team to watch. We're a team to be reckoned with, a team that's going to show up and play. So I think that built their confidence last year, knowing that they almost beat Independence, and Independence is a very strong program. So I think these last 2 matches have showed them, you can beat the Lakeviews, you can beat the Kirtlands, very good teams. So I think that our girls have confidence in their abilities, and I think they're ready. They're ready to step on the court and challenge Mentor Lake Catholic, and hopefully get through this round.
All right, before we let you go, we talked about your senior class a little bit earlier. And they are the class that has been here for all 4 of the not state champions, hopefully.
I would take
district
that.
champions, all 4 of those district championships. What does it mean to you as a coach to know that this is the senior class that gets to say that every year of their high school career they won a district championship?
You know what? They're great kids. They deserve it. Every year at the end of the season, we get them a sweatshirt and a T-shirt saying, what championships we've won. And so they've got a closet full of shirts, and they should be very proud of the accomplishments that they've had and the contributions that they've given to this program.
You might not be able to fit one with all championships after this year. It's going to be a lot. Coach, thank you so much for the time. Good luck in Barberton on Thursday. We'll be there loud and proud. We'll have the game for you on ysnlive.com for anyone that can't make it. But thank you for your time and previewing this game for us. And we wish you the best of luck and hope that we can talk to you again about a regional final.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you so much.